All right, a pleasant morning to you where we are tuned in across the globe. Yes, when I say across the globe, we're not just feeding our terrestrial audience. We are also on our online platforms on YouTube and Facebook. Welcome to another refreshing edition of From the Dailies radio station, Melody 107.7 FM, where we get to take you through stories that made their ways to the front pages and pages of legitimate Nigerian newspapers that we could lay our hands upon. It is a pleasant morning this morning, August 21, 2026. And I am Matthew Ijabiken, MOI. And of course, I don't do this alone.
Alright, you're welcome to today's edition.
MOI. And of course, I don't do this alone.
Alright, you're welcome to today's edition of From the Dailies. Today is Friday, as earlier said, the 21st of August. And we are here with stories resonating, going across various legitimate newspapers this morning. Let's get right to it this morning. Israeli is my name. You're welcome to today's edition. Let's get right to it. I've got stories from the Punch newspaper as well as the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning.
And for my end, I have The Nation and the Vanguard newspapers.
Do not forget you can join us live on our Facebook page, Melody 1077, or you can call into the studio line anytime you have a story that resonates with you. This morning, 0906 201 1077 is the number to dial this morning. 0906 201 177 is the number to dial this morning. 0906 201 1077, or you can dial 0704 800 1077 fund. Away from that, this morning, page 4 and 5, we have the story saying over 46 bodies recovered in Sokoto boat accident. And on page 29, EFCC, ICPC summon NFF officials over 12 billion naira federal government fund. You'll find that also on page 29. All of the stories you'll get in details across the pages of the Punch newspaper this morning.
Well, before I take my my author paper, let me just still stick with what some of the some of the headlines that we took earlier on. There's this one that struck my attention on the Nation newspaper, RCN. That is a body for teachers, registered teachers anyway, Registered Teachers Council of Nigeria bars graduates not certified from teaching. What do you have to say about this?
They are banned from
bars them from teaching. Like for instance,
I get the story, so I'm trying to see it how it works in the way it works in Nigeria now. Maybe not hot to be, but then Nigerians see that once you get out of the university, you are done with NYSC. There's no job. You go straight to teaching, and that is destroying our educational system. Because the instructors matters. You don't just people who have skills. There are skills to
everything. To imparting knowledge.
Exactly. There is a skill to it. You can think, because the way we've seen it is just like at least go and start from there before you get a job. But then in other countries, one of the ways they've bettered their educational system is the fact that if you will teach or instruct anyone in any of these systems on all of whether tertiary or you have to go through a training and all of those things. You have to be certified. You have to have all the, even if you can have the certificate, and then if they don't see the criteria they need, you won't be employed and all of those things. So we have professors taking students in this. It's just the way it works in this society. In other society, you will find out that credible men are taking children, credible men are instructing and impacting knowledge at a basic level. But here, what we see is that go and should be just to explain all of those things.
They're beginning to see teaching job as a dumping site for everybody. Instead of staying idle, why not just pick up a job? And by the time the person becomes a teacher, or should I say supposed teacher anyway, and is not putting in the right ethics and everything, it affects the students as well.
It does not affect them. There's a way it can shape a student's mindset. Imagine, coming from a home where there are different possibilities. You are saying you want to become this aerodynamics, all of those things. That's what you want to go to, and you find a teacher teaching you that, see, Nigeria is hard though. You better, and the person comes back home and start mentioning things I don't want to mention on here, and say I want to become this. I want to be, not that they are bad, but then it kind of affects the mindset generally, and whatever you have in your mind, you would definitely become. So that's a thing to deal with in our country anyways.
And then the one you also took about Tinubu. Okay, sorry, let me see this one. Over 46 bodies recovered in Sokoto boat accident. I mean, what does that tell us?
Well, the details of the story says at least 46 bodies have so far been recovered following a boat accident in Goroas community, Goronyo local government area of Sokoto State. The State Police Command has confirmed this. The accident occurred on Thursday when a boat carrying 77 passengers, including men, women, and children, reportedly capsized in the community. Confirming the incident, the spokesperson for the Sokoto State Police Command, DSP Ahmed Rufai, said 46 corpses had been recovered while 15 passengers were rescued alive. Quite a number of people died as a result of that accident, and our condolences to the people of Sokoto and the families of those affected this morning.
Now, I mean, what struck my attention is that at this time and age, in 2026, we shouldn't even be talking about this. You know why? Don't they have life-saving what's it called? What do you call them now? Jackets or something? Life jackets. That's what they call it. Life jackets. You understand? That will keep them afloat in case of any accident.
You know, it still boils down to our developments and all of those things. They are, you know, not just government, anyways. Even Nigerians like mago. We like we know that this is the right
to what that can carry.
Exactly.
And then
you are supposed to do this, but then
the boats.
And sometimes even the citizens that go for it are like, oh, this one is cheaper, let's go for it, and all of those things like that. And then
even if you must go for the one that is cheaper, shouldn't they provide what do you call it now? Life jackets.
Well, keep learning every day.
And if it's possible, I mean, government should probably supply life jackets for free to people in that area, if that's their mode of transportation. Well, we've dwelled so much on that, and now let us move to other papers. I have with me the Vanguard newspaper, and it has above the masthead, sad, bad state of police barracks. Officers live with filth, leaks, rodents, and that's on page 19 for details. And to the big bold one on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning, Christians killings, why US won't remove Nigeria's CPC tag, and that's related to Congressman Moore, and that's on page 5 for details. All right, away from that, food subsidy, Tinubu Atiku battle, you can find that on page 38 for details on the Vanguard newspaper. All right, Olu of Warriors 5th anniversary. It's about the culture, homecoming, empowerment. You can find all of this on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper.
All right, just before we go into the next paper, we'll go on this quick break, and when we return, we'll go straight to the rest of the paper, the Nigerian Tribune, and as much as we could also lay hold on this morning. Keep it locked in. We'll be right back shortly.
On your favorite radio station. Melody 107.7 FM. Stay tuned.
This is Melody 107.7 FM. Your number one radio station. Stay cool with Melody.
From sunrise to sunset, we keep you refreshed, entertained, informed, and connected wherever you are. No stress, no worry, just pure good vibes. Melody FM keeps you entertained with the best music and non-stop vibes. Melody 107.7 FM. Stay cool with Melody.
Hey you there, do you know that advertising helps to reach out to potential clients or customers, makes you visible to the globe, helps increase sales, and creates massive awareness on what you do, thereby increasing your profits or giving ideal results. And Melody 107.7 FM is calling out to brands, companies, institutions, organizations, businessmen, and women to complete adverts with us for visibility and recognition. Melody 107.7 FM is located at number 6 Melody House, Akintoye Street, BRT Bus Stop, Iyanopaja, Lagos. Visit us on all social media platforms at Melody FM 1077 or email us at melody1077fm@gmail.com or call our marketing department on 08095111077 08095111077. Stay cool with Melody.
This is Melody 107.7 FM, your number one radio station. Stay cool with Melody.
From the Dailies on your favorite radio station. Melody 107.7 FM. Stay tuned.
Alright, you are welcome back. This is still from the Dailies right here on Melody 107.7 FM. We've taken some of the headlines this morning from the Nations. We've taken from the Vanguard. We've taken from the Punch. Just before we go to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning, do not forget you can join us live on Facebook this morning. You can also call via the studio line 0906 201 1077 0906 201 1077, or you can call 0704 800 1077 0704 800 1077. Just before I go into the details of the Nigerian Tribune, the stories from that newspaper this morning, we have this comment from our Facebook page from Dr. Mrs. Uma Olebara from Owerri. The truth of the matter is, she says, is that Nigerians' economy is unshameable and Nigerians need to tighten our belt and find ways of solving our problems, as the harsh economic reality bites harder and not government that is insensitive to our situations. Nigerians are trembling over the uncertainty of the future. Everything has risen except our leadership being committed, responsibility and integrity, she says. Why can't government cut down high cost of governance in this country? So worrisome, she says, and she ended with and unfortunate. That was a comment on Facebook this morning. You can also share your comments via our Facebook page or call to the studio line if you have any of the stories that resonate with you. Straight to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. External reserves to hit $53 billion by year end, says NESG. You'll find that on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. And on page 12, we have, we've taken the story earlier. It says 46 bodies recovered, 15 rescued in Sokoto boat accident. Subsidy saving. NECA wants states, local government to account for 10.4 trillion naira. That's on page 6. And the lead story for the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning says petrol subsidy remover. Presidency tackles Atiku. Quite a number of right under it. Some of it says accuses him of vote face. Says ex-vice president spoke like a man from archive past. All of those on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. And on page 12, 39 arrested as vandals destroy Lagos Calabar highway. Remove manholes, iron reinforcement. Can you imagine this? This is one of the roads that has just been completed. Lagos Calabar highway now. 39 arrested as vandals. They've destroyed their highway. You know, some of the things they removed the manholes, iron and reinforcements. That's on page 12. Quite an attitude of nonchalant, and I think they should not just be arrested, they should be punished for it. You don't just destroy the the property of the country, I mean to say. And on health corner, malaria, local data could hold the key to cutting deaths, says Nigerian Health Watch. Adeleke visit Tinubu. He says, I came to thank Father of Nation. He says, don't stigmatize your opponent. President tells him. We saw the video of Governor Adeleke now visiting President in the villa yesterday, to present his certificate of return. And the President, also addressing him and his whole team and everyone that came along with him. On page 3 this morning, Yiwatda apologized to aggrieved APC aspirant members in Oyo. It seeks unity among party faithfuls. That's on page 3. And on page 21, finally, this morning, the story says opposition parties. CSO task INEC on stronger technology to protect vote. They urge them, political class, to stop recruiting youth for electoral violence. All of these stories across the pages of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning.
Now, for those who were culpable in the arrest of vandalizing government property, should I say government facility, Lagos Calabar Highway, and it is even not yet completed.
I mean,
so it's still under construction, and they're already doing this. Then, do we have the awareness that these things are done for our own benefit, for our own benefits? For somebody,
and the growth of the economy,
and the growth of the economy, understand, for the betterment of the masses and all of this. And then some people, 39 of them arrested. It gets to. Is it that our value system has deteriorated, or we no longer have the spirit of patriotism, or we do not even understand, or we don't have enough literacy to understand that these things are for our benefits? What do you have to say about this?
Well, it's quite sad. I'm trying to get the
because
details
in most cases, people blame these things on government, on unemployment. Should you call this unemployment as well? Is this the level of poverty?
The way people now see we must evolve as Nigerians. And let me use this moment to address as many youth that could listen to us this morning that we are no longer in a employee-employer generation. This is now a talent generation.
Yes.
That it has gone beyond I want to get job, I want to. Very soon will be more than the viewers. Okay. A lot of persons have gone into. I'm not saying it's not bad, but one thing is that you have to think ahead and know that very soon that is not your platform. YouTube can decide and say that they can change their policy and say we are not paying anybody again. That is why you see that if they bring down some people's social media and maybe their Insta is like they want to die, because that's where they built every of those things. Like you have to find out the structures that work, not just say unemployment. So back to this story now.
In a nutshell, you want them to get themselves busy with something.
They should get busy. Don't just accuse. You see, one of the ways to make it is to stop blaming, take responsibility. What can I do? How can I do something different? Okay, I don't have a job now. How do I get one if I even need one? I don't have this now. What do I do to get? Don't just blame somebody. At this point, you should not even parents should be blamed, because that's the best they could do. Now, don't let anybody blame you for where you are going to give birth to. You are going to do all of those things. At least start doing something. What skill can you learn? AI is coming up now. There are many courses online. There are many this thing, and there are remote job and all of those things. You can say it's easier said than done, but have you at least start doing it? Try.
And stop being a threat to society.